This is great to remember. It's the last little nugget I'm going to give you today, and that is, we can share, but only God can save. We cannot take responsibility for what people do with the gospel. Paul did not take responsibility for the outcome. Paul simply planted the seed. There wasn't a revival in the auditorium. Agrippa and Bernice didn't say, hey, we're siblings, we should repent of what we're doing. Festus didn't say, dear Lord in heaven, I need to be saved. No, there wasn't some altar call. But Paul told them his Jesus story, preached the gospel. The rest was between them and God. And verse 24 says, as he made his defense, Festus said with a loud voice, Paul, you're beside yourself. Much learning is driving you crazy. Paul said, I'm paraphrasing here. Paul said, I am not crazy, most noble Festus. I'm speaking the words of truth and reason. For the king before whom I also speak freely knows these things. For I am convinced that none of these things I've said about Jesus escapes his attention. And I love this, since this was not done in a corner. Jesus died in public humiliation. This wasn't some secret, the death of Jesus and the preaching of the gospel. King Agrippa, do you believe the prophets? I know you do believe. And Agrippa said to Paul, you almost persuade me to become a Christian. Then Paul said, I would to God that not only you, but also all who hear me today might become both almost and altogether such as I am, except for these chains. And when he had said these things, the king stood up, as well as the governor and Bernice and those who sat with them. And when they had gone aside, they talked among themselves, saying, this man is doing nothing deserving of death or chains. You see what they were doing? They were talking about Paul's innocence while ignoring the fact that they were guilty. Guilty of sin. Guilty of transgressing the laws of God.